The conservative group Moms for Liberty fires everybody and stops CRT as they win the school boards across the nation. On Tuesday evening, the Berkeley County School District in South Carolina swore in the board members who were elected this last week, 6 of whom were endorsed by the conservative activist group Moms for Liberty. Within 2 hours, the school board had voted to fire the district's first black superintendent, terminate the district's lawyer, ban critical race theory, and set up a committee to decide whether certain books and materials should be banned from schools. In addition, the board voted to replace the chair with Mac McQuillan, a local attorney, and one of the board members backed by Moms for Liberty. The rapid moves Tuesday in the Berkeley County District, the 4th largest in the state, showed the impact of Moms for Liberty's focus on electing conservative school board members and prompted uproar among some community members in attendance. Moms for Liberty said it had endorsed more than 500 school board candidates across the country in the last year, 49% of who had won. The organization candidates were highly successful in Florida, but they had mixed results in Arkansas, California, of course, Michigan, and other states. Moms for Liberty celebrated the 6 candidates' wins in Berkeley County as an example of flipping a school board in favor of people who, quote-unquote, value parental rights, a term that apparently the left thinks is some sort of radical idea. 4 of the candidates, including McQuillan, were incumbents, while the 2 others were new to the board. They promised more curriculum transparency and fiscal responsibility, and to put a stop to the quote-unquote woke agenda. Another thing that people on the left and a lot of the big tech people want to consider to be some sort of insult. Just as a side note, woke is a term that was stolen, as a lot of terms are these days, in the past 20 years, when super liberals were listening in on black people talking to black people. There was a whole movement amongst black people to wake up to the notion of understanding what the left and liberals and communism and socialism and how it wrecks the black community. The term surrounded wake up, you go woke, that whole deal. Well, that's what it actually meant. It had nothing to do with gays, had nothing to do with homosexuality, had nothing to do with critical race theory, had nothing to do with social justice, another term that was stolen by liberals from black people, and they, of course, misinterpreted the meaning completely. But since they like the way black people talk, they use the words, and they bastardize the words, and there you have it. They stole the term woke from black people, then changed it to mean all this sort of garbage that you see, that has nothing to do with people actually waking up or people actually being aware of what is actually going on around them. And now that they used it because they thought it sounded cool, now they are angry that the conservative people or the normal people, from now on, it's not even conservative. It's normal people. And they don't even want you to say normal because they consider that to be an insult to say normal. Normal is 51% of the population. That's normal. Or it doesn't even have to be 51% if the other percentages of views on a specific thing are all discombobulated also. So like 40%, if you have a whole bunch of other groups that are only 15%, 15, something like that, right? 10%, right. So the majority of people feel this way. So the normal people view on a man, woman, and heterosexuality. Normal. That is normal. And it's not even 51%. It's more like 99%. At the very outset, it's 90%, but it's more like 99%. Even the people who are in their group do not view the same thing. Why? Why do I say that? Because they make TikToks saying, I'm a lesbian. I never wanted this woke agenda. You know, especially the people who are, 50, 60 years old and older, and who are not into children and stuff like that. They say stuff like, had I known it would turn into this, I would have never have agreed to even be a part of any of that. But lo and behold, Shakaama's always right. Shakaama has already told you, you're being used. You're being used. You're being used. Women, you're being used. Gays, you're being used. Let's continue on. Moms for Liberty celebrated the board's first votes on Facebook, posting Wednesday, quote, 6 new board members clean house first night on the job, which is to be expected, right? That's what they're there for. Why pull punches? Why do anything other than why suffer the pay people continuously that you don't even want working there? Early in the meeting, according to a video posted by the district, the board moved into an executive session. Shortly after it returned, Kathy Littleton and the Moms for Liberty-backed members moved to terminate Tiffany Richardson, the district's in-house counsel, and retain Brandon Daskin, a lawyer who was deputy chief legal counsel for former South Carolina Governor Mark Sanford. Moments later, McQuillan moved to terminate Deion Jackson, who was appointed a superintendent last year, and replace him with Anthony Dixon, who had worked in the district as an administrator. Dixon will be the district's second black superintendent after Jackson, the first black superintendent. Audience members gasped at the firing of Jackson and Richardson and shouted in disagreement. Quote, "All right, listen up," McQuillan chastised the audience. "We're going to be respectful in this meeting. You may not agree with our votes, but I ask that you please be respectful and calm. What kind of example are you setting for children disrupting a meeting like this?" NBC reports that they were not able to get any sort of cooperation or statements from the board members after this report. As I had said, the Moms for Liberty backed candidates across first of all, they were successful. There was nobody else more successful than they were. 49% of the candidates that they backed won, period. Meaning they were completely successful. And again, it is not a question of conservative, it's a question of normal. Parents. They're for parents. They don't ask the parent what the parent believes in. They say this is what is here. School is for one thing, educating children, not indoctrinating children. Indoctrination will not be tolerated, and they fire anybody who is not going along with the education instead of indoctrination. Thank you all so much for watching the Shakaama Live Show.